This conference will now be recorded.
Give Shannon four.
Is that what it is? Yeah, that's what I'm gonna buy. No, it's get there.
I can't wait. My neighbor works. There you go. Well, it's yours. Stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Lord, as we gather this day to do the important business for the people of the village of Owego, grant us wisdom, compassion, and understanding.
First thing is public comment. I told scouts they could go first. Go for it. Okay, I would like to, can you introduce yourself?
Jeffrey Butler from Troop 213 of BSA Boy Scouts. I'm working on an Eagle project right now. I was hoping I could build a bench for the veterans of Tioga County in Riverwalk Park, facing out toward, the river and the bridge, that corner.
Do you have any pictures or proposals?
Yes.
Walk right up.
Hey, Charles, just to let you know, we just talked with the mayor about this like yesterday, so we didn't have a lot of time to put a little more together.
Yeah, so let's put a bench in the corner of Great Park, like in the back.
Yeah.
The back corner where the sewers, no, not, it's just, but the sewer pipes come out there and cross.
And we're gonna
I
put
know,
it.
you know what you're talking
Did y'all? In addition, could you make that like 4 times bigger so we can have it like sit in the middle of, those chairs people take pictures of?
It's similar.
So it's wood and metal, is that what it is?
Yeah, it's all gonna be all made of wood and screws. There'll be no, I know there are other benches there that have the metal parts, and these won't have any big metal parts.
If you've been out to Broadway Cemetery, one of my Eagle Scouts had put one out there on a cement pad, and that was the idea that it was had. He's got other scouts that are willing to help him do this as well.
Will it be any kind of insignia or anything inscribed on it?
On the back of, oops, sorry.
Yeah, on the back of it, we'll have a little plaque screwed on, just saying, it's
Project, and then it's
Yeah.
dedicated to the scout or to the vets.
dedicated, yeah.
And we're going to the VFW, right?
Yes.
Working with the VFW.
I'll be the beneficiary for that.
Y'all tell
Sorry. I can't, the arthritis got my finger.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
So, do we have questions for him? Well,
So I'm familiar with that bank back there, so you want to put it almost to the top, the end of the tie bank, and you want to face the river with it?
Yes.
The idea is to be able to look to your left and actually see the war memorials from over in that corner, and then be able to gaze out across waters going by. It would be some kind of little, I don't know what you want to say, symbolic kind of thought there.
So what do you need for a base?
We're gonna use concrete. We're gonna try not to dig too much down, just try and level it in place, just a slab down, and we'll take the bench itself on top of that.
Yeah, well, you'd need to work with the Department of Public Works. They're in charge of the parks.
Does that go against any of our flood zone planning thing?
not if you don't dig.
Well, it's something about digging.
So is this something you plan on doing here in fall or next spring?
In the fall.
He goes to the board next week to actually be approved whether he can do the project or not. So once they give him approval, that'll give him a better date when he can actually start. But we'd like to do it before it gets cold, so the concrete has time to harden.
That could be next week.
I know, right?
If you looked at the weather, it is not next week.
Maybe the week after.
The idea was he didn't really want to dig down. He wanted to actually have the platform step up just a little bit, so we're not digging. You want it in the ground?
Yeah, I want it level with the ground,
Okay.
just because of motors.
Do you have a measurement that you prefer, 2 inches, 4 inches?
No, just level, just something level, just so the motors can't hit it.
How deep?
The 2x4. So 4 inches, 3.5 inches.
Okay.
We can do that. The board is up.
Different. Just right down inside of the ground. Yep. And then pull it.
Will it have a pillow for our homeless folks?
You let me know when they're gonna be there, and I'll bring them down.
There will, it's just the nature of it. They'll be somewhere sleeping on it.
There's definitely a lot of benches down
Yeah, there's places for them.
Laura, what do you got?
Third, Charles asked, there is, it's like in the flood zone. So when you go for your building permit, you would also do a floodplain development permit at the same time.
All right. Yeah, another, we got to fill in.
Just
there.
shows
And where do we go to get that? Right
You
here?
thought
Right
this
here,
was
just-
gonna be easy.
You'll get,
DPW
you
code.
get it right
Right.
there in the office, like right here. They'll give you those documents, and they're also available online. But they can help you fill out the information.
That's the second part here.
So do you need anything from us to go to the next step, or just?
You don't need approvals, is good. You don't need anything on that substitute for you. So.
So Nate said we need a motion to accept the project and to coordinate with Fred as far as the construction of it.
I'll make that motion. Go ahead. Oh, hold on.
And of course, sorry to be the voice of it, but it's the deal. Liability, insurance, et cetera, all that stuff is a piece of when people are doing work on a property.
Our insurance also covers that BSAS. We have our own insurance for that particular purpose, for all work being done on the grounds. Just for the other sake of an argument, our boys are not allowed to use power equipment at a certain age. And we always have adults on site. There'll always be 2 deep leadership at any given time.
Yeah, I hate to bring it up, but it's
Nope,
just,
I'm glad you
all
did.
the stuff,
Thank
you
you.
gotta look at all those things.
Yeah, so if you have insurance,
We do have insurance for our projects.
take a copy of it.
But with the clarification of that, I would like to make the motion and state it by Nate on the wording. That's try to sound.
I will second the motion.
Okay. Anybody have any discussion on that?
We understand the wording,
Yeah.
pretty much, okay.
Right, got it here.
Okay.
Good night on that. We'll go, Fran,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Charles.
Yes.
Rusty.
Yes.
Laura. Brown.
Yes.
And yes. You're approved. Work with Fred.
Thank you, sir.
You're already doing it, so.
Thank you. Thank you for your service.
We wanted orange, did you put orange in that?
Yeah, orange, right? Syracuse color. You want your paper back?
Jeff, would you like your drawing back?
Keep that paper, please. Read it.
Thank you. All right. Any other public comment?
I'm Bob Tanker. I'd like to talk briefly about the Tioga County Crop Walk. I'm coordinating this year's crop walk, which will be October 19th, starting at the Methodist Church on Main Street and ending at the Presbyterian Church on North Street. The route will be the same as last year, which they'll leave the Methodist Church going east on Main Street, turn right on John Street, right again on Front Street. At Church Street, there's an option of going 1 mile or 3 miles. They're just doing the shorter 1 mile they'll turn right on Church Street going, pretty much right to the Presbyterian Church. The longer option will go across the street, through the Riverwalk, back to Front Street, to Academy, over to Main, down to Marvin Park, going through Marvin Park, coming out the back way, and working your way over to Temple, and then the Presbyterian Church. It's the same route as last year. I've got a map of last year's walk if anybody wants it.
What date is it?
October 19th.
Thank you.
And the walk will start at 2 o'clock, departing the Methodist Church at 2 o'clock.
It's all on the sidewalk.
It's on the sidewalk down the street.
I think briefly in front of the Methodist Church, they have the Purple Lightning group that is in the street briefly. But that doesn't last too long until they're up on the sidewalk.
Not blocks and blocks and blocks, they're gonna be right outside.
No.
What is that called again?
Crop walk,
Crop
crop hunger walk,
Oh, I
raises
heard
money
cripple.
for, yeah, that's right.
I mean, you go down there.
Yeah.
It raises money to fight hunger. It's a church world service organizes it. It's takes place in multiple cities. The local one is here in Owego, which serves Tioga County. 25% of the funds raised remains here in Tioga County. I participated in previous walks. This is my first time coordinating it, so I'm not sure what kind of work I need to do with the board. I don't think there were permits required for last year's walks.
No, it's all kind of sidewalk, there's nothing that you can say yes or no to.
Mhm. Okay. I'd just like to get it on the village calendar.
Well, thank you, because we didn't know.
Unless you need like police
Yeah.
security or something like that.
I don't think you provided it last year. We had
You want like a crossing.
a crossing guard, one of our own people that helped people cross Front Street at Church Street there. I'm looking to have someone else at the Main Street crossing. If I wasn't able to find somebody, I might come back to see if you guys can help, but I don't anticipate that at this point.
Work with the police too.
Can I see the thing?
Sure.
Just show this. A couple of quick questions. Have we done this numbers of years?
Yes.
And what kind of turnout do you kind of feel like? 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people?
More like 100. 100 to 200.
Just that's about it.
Any questions or anything I need to do to follow up with anybody?
Yeah. Yeah, same thing as every year, so.
I hope you have good weather.
Yeah, I hope so too.
That always makes it a little nicer.
Yes.
And if you need anything as far as like security or whatnot, let us know.
Okay.
Figure out how to help.
Okay. I can leave that map on the box.
Excellent, because I was gonna ask if you could make a copy of that.
Okay.
Sure. Thank you.
Do you want me to-
If that, no, I'm just for the.
Do you have another copy?
I have another copy, so you can keep that one.
Okay, we'll put it in the minutes too.
Motion to approve crop walk.
If you want, if you want, yeah. Doesn't hurt.
So moved.
A second. Any other discussion about the crop walk? Rusty?
Yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Fran?
Yes.
Gary?
Yes.
Shower?
Yes.
Yes. If you need approval, you got it.
Okay.
You do.
All right. Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Bob.
Anybody else? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, board. All right. Anybody else? Anybody, yes? Oh, we did. Department heads.
Okay, July was a very bad month for haulers because of something I was talking about a couple meetings ago. And we only got 31,000 gallons for $2,200. Good news is septic receiving is up and running. Haulers started coming back again. We tore that thing apart. We found there was a plug in the force main directly underneath I-86. So that could be a problem in the future that we'll have to figure out something. Build up of grease, we jetted it, got it clean. For that, special shout out to Bodek Inc. They pumped us out and they brought us test loads to make sure the station was working before we got it operational. Drain Masters brought us truck after truck of grease because our digesters were tanking bad. And Eric Johnson, he brought us over a full semi-truck full of water to push through our system to try to help clear it out. All these guys dropped what they were doing at the time to try to help us out, so I want to make mention of them. The big thing is, every weekend, NICEAG.
Yeah.
I see tons of stuff in Facebook, but I never see anybody in here in a proper forum. So I wanted to bring it up. Yesterday, on and off all day, dirty power brownouts, on and off every 2 minutes.
Every Sunday.
From my side of it, I've spent literally tens of thousands of dollars in the last 2 years repairing, replacing, hiring people to fix my equipment. Today I had to spend $200 on a power supply because yesterday's power. And then in addition to that, there's thousands of dollars of overtime because it always seems to be on the weekend.
Sunday.
Every
Sunday.
Sunday afternoon.
That's 6 times.
Thousands of dollars for people to come in and kind of babysit the plant all day so it doesn't go haywire with all that. But
Did you see the video that Jim Morris had posted?
no,
It shows the actual transformer, whatever this thing. You seen that?
Yeah. Well,
That's not crazy scary
I
stuff.
think you gotta be spread to see it. But
Yeah, that's.
so I don't know what's going on the weekends. Transformers, they emergency replaced a pole near Adeline or Charlotte that was like waving in the breeze. But NICEAG really needs to get their stuff in gear because this is costing all these people a lot of money.
Yeah, I know, I contacted him last week and didn't get like like press release kind of answer.
Every time
Yeah, they call it a
they
coincidence, right?
they come in and say it wasn't anything of theirs, so
Was the wind
Whether it's
or
trees falling down.
the weather, the heat.
Any way to send all those bills to NICEAG?
That'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, and it's affecting all those businesses over on the flats
I mean,
too.
if not even for a statement, for something,
It's
for
on
some
the
awareness.
line.
North Avenue Flats, Lake Street, everybody.
You know, how hard it is to cut wood when it keeps cutting off.
Right, right, yeah.
I feel it cut.
Yeah, and the teeth are stuck in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, all the residents that one person that somebody knows, they had a washing machine, $5,000 to $1,000 get fried, TVs left and right.
You know, it's like to watch SummerSlam and right in the middle of it.
Yeah, just keeps going off.
Yeah, we hear you. We can help you though.
So can you repeat the problem with there's like a plug in the drain under I-86?
Yeah, there's a force main from our septic receiving wet well, 800 feet of line to get to our EQ tank. And we started jetting it, and about 60 to 80 feet in, we came against a big plug. And that's directly under I-86.
So that's the suck pipes that bring in the septic, okay, it's a septic receiving pipes
Right, that bring it into the plant.
that go
Yep.
From the haulers to the plant.
Well, that little thing outside.
So what's that officially called again?
Force main.
No, I mean, what do I call it? Not the sub, I call it the sub pipe.
Like, so, like,
Septic receiving force main.
Septic receiving. Sorry, it doesn't come natural, you know.
It's okay.
Who wants to receive it?
Okay,
Ready to give
So-
Christmas gifts.
so it's still plugged,
No, it's, as far as we know, it's free.
so you just flushed it.
Yeah.
But like,
But
We flushed it with
we gotta clog it.
7,000 gallons of water and other stuff too. Cleaner septic. Because there was literally 5-gallon buckets of grit and grease caked through that line. So in the future,
There was
we're gonna,
garbage in there, there was water bottles,
Yeah.
how it made it through that, I have no idea.
so in the future, we might have to find a place somewhere inside the plant to dig, remove a pipe and put a secondary kind of access point to that.
Can we
Because
do
we lucked
anything
out.
at the receiving part? Because obviously we're getting grit in with what they're
Screens.
giving us. Something that can kind of pull this stuff out at the beginning rather than going through the line.
Well, in phase 2, that was talked about all the time, but there wasn't any money in the budget or whatever it was.
Filter,
Start with like a to be a pista grit removal system. But the footprint out there is so small that we'd have to redesign everything.
Do we have any ballpark on what something like that might cost?
I could ask.
figure it out.
I mean, it wouldn't be a bad thing to look into because it's going to happen.
Yeah. Well, we're kind of determining that, trying to clean that wet well out as often, at least every 6 months or so, to try to remove as much of that as we can.
When I saw, you said there was 15 foot of water or so in there. I didn't realize it was that deep.
Oh, yeah. It was all the way to the top.
It smelled wonderful.
Could have gotten you closer to it if you wanted.
I'm good.
I see that the pile is mostly gone. Are we going to get, are we getting ready to make the road around there?
That is the road, basically. Instead of trying to go through floodplains and stuff and digging and things, Paul Reeves came over, gave us a great price on it. He said he could just flatten it out to build an extra big parking spot, roadway, turnaround spot, whatever.
Well, I was looking at it, but it didn't, it still looks like it's up, but,
It's meant to be kind of up, so
okay.
haulers there can park and have a gravity feed to our pump station.
And it's right in front of the little station, so I'm just, the idea was to be able to turn around, but they'll be able to do that now. You think that's gonna work good?
Oh, yeah, we've had the Halsted with a 7,000 gallon tanker come down and turn around there, no problem.
That was the whole plan.
And eventually, I mean, Reeves is doing this kind of bit by bit, but he's gonna bring in millings or something to try to coat the top of that, to try to hold it in wet weather too.
Great.
The haulers love it, so.
All of that.
Yeah.
Anything else, sewer department?
Fire department.
28 calls for the month of July. At this time last year, we had 8 more calls for the year, so we're still in the normal area.
Seemed like the other day, that bill wouldn't stop ringing.
So Chief, this is, what I'm about to say is completely unimportant. But I was gonna compliment Mike by, instead of spending the 30 seconds to pass the things out when it's your turn, he had them already passed out, ready to go. Just a 30-second savior.
We went mutual aid 4 times last month, all 4 times in Near Valley. 3 of them were during the flood. thank you to Chief Kennedy for throwing a couple of our guys in the high water vehicles to get us to certain places. And then one was for a structure fire. We received mutual aid once from Taga Center. We had a garage fire out on Callan Hill. Creek bed was dry, so we couldn't drop our portable pump, so they brought us 2,000-gallon tankers, which was nice. Trainings, we had a lot of trainings last month. Our 3 new members went through new member. We did a mock fire incident at Stackmore, had 6 other departments here with us. We had thermal imaging training, exterior ladder training, gear inspection, and then part 2 of the thermal imager training. We participated in the Candor Parade. We honored our line of duty death from 1996 in Dick Beck. And we also took part in Campbell's Junior Fire Training Camp. Our ladder truck went. We had 3 youths graduate, with 2 of them in the next 6 to 8 months will be joining the fire department, so they'll be 16.
Wonderful.
We had a little snafu with the rescue truck.
Oh, yeah.
While on scene of a car pedestrian. I don't even think it was a car pedestrian. I think the pedestrian ran into the trailer.
Correct, yeah.
We had another fire call come in. They tried squeezing between an OPD car and a telephone pole, and the telephone pole won. So
Send the power.
it's all, powered in car. It's all cosmetic. Everything's still operational. Truck's still in service, just waiting for part number pricing to come in to get that repaired. Other than that, it was a good month. This week's the fair. We have an engine down there permanently for the whole week. The fair board is extremely worried about the grandstands and some of the people that are hanging out around the grandstands this year. So we already have hose lines deployed on both sides. Easy connect to the truck, and we'll have water on it within minutes. Anything for me?
Notice your part 1 thermal imaging, they had 20 people?
Yes, that was a class. That was a classroom, and the part 2 was a quick. Lee Dunham from Campbell called, said, I got the box out, I'm lighting a fire, can you guys send some people up?
So we'll be doing that again.
We're gonna be doing that again, yep.
Okay.
And then part 3, not everybody that took the classroom, because you gotta put an SCBA on, but that'll be a similar 10, 12 number. And then go Mets, not Cleveland, go Mets.
Hey, EMS?
Thank you for the kind words. So for the month of July, we had 109 calls. We gave 3 for mutual aid. No new members. Vehicles. 2031, it's got 31,000. No issues at the moment. Talk about that in a minute. 2032, haven't had any updates because the salesman's been on vacation, so he's going to find out more coming this week. So we'll find out where we are in the process. 2033 is got 176 plus thousand miles. It's out of service because it's having electrical and engine issues. So we've got to figure out what we want to do with it, if we're going to put the money into it and fix it once we find out where we are with the other one. And it's a month lead time to get any dealership to look at it. So we're kind of sitting ducks at the moment. But on the positive side, the cradle point and the monitor mounts have been installed in it. So once we get it to right, we'll be good to go. 2034 is doing well as our first line, 54,000 miles, and 2051 to 50,000 miles, no issues. So the cradle points, as I mentioned, have been installed in 2033 and 2034. And the monitor mounts have been installed in both, so that's good. Tomorrow, hopefully the 2031 cradle point will start to be installed along with the monitor mount, so that'll be good. 2031 also was having some module disconnect issues where you're going down the road in our fine New York State roads, you hit a bump and the module would just shut off on its own.
Oh, that on Sundays?
So come to find out, we called the manufacturer, they came up and they found that we had a screw loose. So, so he fixed that and it's been working fine ever since. As Eric mentioned, we have the fair this week, and unfortunately, due to our limited ambulance capacity, we're only going to be there Wednesday night and Friday night with our squad, and the neighbors are filling in the rest of the days. An important piece to note is that the Department of Health is going to come visit on the 13th They haven't been to see us in 10 years.
Ooh.
So it's going to be interesting. We'll leave it at that. More to come. And 2034 has the backup camera and the dash cam installed on that. So Justin has been doing an awesome job with these trucks. So I want to give a shout out to Justin and say thank you, Fred, for allowing him to spend the time that he does saving the village money. So it's appreciated. And then, of course, our old business of our sewer system in the building is an issue as well. So
That'll be alleviated when we finally get the roof done.
maybe.
And it's gonna shoot the water down there faster and more, so.
I'm gonna aim it so it'll just fill the tankers full, right in, it'll be perfect.
There you go, Eric. Any questions?
Just unimportant, but, Wednesday and Friday, are those the demo derbies? Are those the nights we're gonna do?
Yeah, they wanted an ambulance there last Saturday for the horse races. They want one Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are two ambulances each night. So we're sending one because we only have two ambulances. So one's got to serve the village and the other one can go to the fair. We're going to try and send two to the fair, but that didn't work out.
Well, it is county fair, so
It's fair that everybody participates.
everybody participate, yep.
So, cool. Anything else?
I will say I'm supposed to, by our resolution we made a year ago, appoint the department head every August. I'm gonna push that off to either September or October because I want to go to the member meeting and talk together before I do that. There are a lot of meetings about working with them, so.
Excellent.
And the 501c3 doesn't have any meetings during the summer. So we've got to wait until September so then you guys could get their feedback and everybody can be on the same page and continue to communicate.
Those are good.
So, excellent. All right, thank you.
Would that go?
How long we got here, Rusty?
What's he coming down on?
Turn up the hearing.
Hate it. I want the watch that turns around. I don't want this.
No.
We need to get a.
I don't know what these buttons
You
do.
gotta put it on the floor and stomp on it.
You know what they do before you start listening? No, that's second.
What do you got?
Let's tell back to follow.
It's
This is
Tuesday.
funny, just
Now
to
it's
watch.
Tuesday.
Perfect. Tuesday somewhere,
Better be out of it before.
Australia.
We've done
All
that.
right. I just want to give you a heads up, come August, especially you, come August, middle of August, end of August, we're gonna be doing your street, paving it.
Temple?
Yep. So,
Temple or East Temple?
Temple. From Spencer to North Ave.
Cares about East Temple.
They just did East Temple, right?
Yeah, we just did. Yeah, it's not bad. And another thing is that we're gonna be doing some patchwork on Erie Street, so I'm gonna need Mike to post it. We're gonna be closing it probably half a day to a day. So the hole's gonna need to be milled out and repatched. Okay,
Is this
I'll get a
street
hold of
work?
you. Excuse me?
When is this street work gonna be done?
Your street? Middle to end of August?
Beginning, middle, and. So then water and my side will be there to dig it up in September?
Oh, no, yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, that's not the schedule of my life.
Let me tell you, since we have been here, every street that we paved, within a day, they're tearing it up again and digging it.
Water,
Every time, every time.
nice.
And I do have the mini bid winner for the dump truck.
Roll, please.
You ready? McGuire, 85,656.33.
Was that what we had? Gonna do it, and was that what we were gonna pay?
Just about. You just about.
Mr. Attorney, can we do this now?
Motion to accept and award the contract to McGuire for the amount stated.
Perfect. I can order it tomorrow?
Well, after they vote.
Well, grab the vote, will ya?
Motion to accept.
Second.
Any discussion about the dump truck? Rusty?
Yes.
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Terry?
Yes.
I was looking at Nate.
Fran?
Yes.
For Nate to say yes.
Fred, tell me the numbers again real quick.
85,000.
Yep.
656.
Yep.
33.
We're paying for that out of check.
Chips money.
They still have the vehicle.
Excuse me?
Do they still have the vehicle?
No, they don't. They'll have to look for it or order it.
So the one we were on is gone.
It's never had it. It's an
We never
80, it's a 2026. So if he can find a 25, then fine. If not, it'll be ordered for 26. As long as it's here before snow flies.
So the reason that
And
all these details have to be had from everybody and everything is so they can go into Laura's journal, which is going into a time capsule and someday.
and 55 will be auctioned. God bless them.
So, yeah, so 55 is your big truck that you use in the Halsted development.
Yeah.
For sanding.
We've been 3 years and can't get thermostats for it.
Yeah.
That's how outdated this thing is.
Okay, so this new truck is what size?
Halsted, 5,500.
5,500 still.
No, it's
No.
smaller than the dump truck. That's a Class B license. This is just a normal person can drive, but it's a 5,500 chassis.
Do you intend to
Biggest.
still use it?
That's the biggest you can get, yes.
You
What?
still intend to use it for,
Plowing?
yeah.
You'll be in
plowing
Halsted,
and
yep.
Halsted.
Yep, that's why it's coming with a Salter, and it gets his side done, and then all of Halsted and all of our area over there. And that's
Well,
it.
no, like the damn chickens.
You might want to wake them up. So we good?
Bears.
Yeah, right? So I'll get with you for Erie Street.
Put out a code red thing or whatever.
Yeah. There's a few potholes I want to get done for the snow flies.
Out of here.
Wait, you know how much I covered that flashlight thing?
Oh, yeah.
I really do. Okay,
Does anybody buy a?
did anyone buy a flashlight from Pike?
Who's Pike?
I don't know who Pike is,
The
but
only
that's
Pike I
all
know
we
is
have
from
on
OPD.
here.
Yeah.
So, flashlight from Pike, it was $456.55, and I wanna know what sort of flashlight.
Is it like a lightsaber?
I did buy no light.
I know, it makes me go like, cheap.
Yeah.
Prove everything but.
I know.
I'm so cheap that I don't buy a flashlight for
Well,
$400
no, I think.
Well, I thought like maybe it starts fires.
I think it was
and sends
four
out
pipe
like,
from Galls.
what's that?
I think the flashlight is for Officer Pike from Galls.
All right, so it is the police department,
It's
so,
likely that Officer Pike is going
Okay,
to.
I'm outta here.
Thank you.
Take care. Thank you all.
so what do you do to a flashlight that makes it cost that much? So that was my only question.
I don't know, I'm just guessing that it might be.
It might come with a tool belt or something like that.
And a little thing on the stock that tells time? I mean, come on, like, is this like, you know where I'm coming
It's a transformer, it turns into a giant truck.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I got a flashlight for $250 a few years ago.
This is a police.
So that's on the,
website.
that's on the police, okay.
Hold on, I just clicked on gear. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah, they got a lot of really expensive lights.
I couldn't find like that one. I was like, oh my
Hey.
gosh.
We'll ask.
I was hoping one of these guys, but no.
We'll ask.
All right, thank you.
$456.
I won't.
You gotta know what it does before you want one.
No, it sounds like storm.
Maybe have a breathalyzer or something.
Did-
on it.
This is how these meetings take too long. We'll ask and find out.
I mean, like, I see a $300 flashlight. Here's a $316.
What do they do?
Like things
Shine light. Streamlight Stinger, 2020
You
LED.
got somewhere to be.
I think it's like the gun in a gun.
Those auditors said we were supposed to ask questions.
Oh, absolutely.
And that was my only question for tonight.
Once in a while, something pops up and it's like,
You done
okay,
fine?
what's that?
I know.
Most of them are.
We're just not supposed to do.
That is some kind of tax.
So Terry, if you have questions, then
I'm
when
gonna
it
sort
comes up to approve the bills, then of course it's appropriate for you to exclude that from the approval and ask for further information and backup.
Right.
Terry, tomorrow I'll show you such a flashlight.
And sell it to you cheaper.
At Rotary, I've got one in my briefcase.
What is it?
From
do?
Pike?
Yeah, what does it do?
Pike is the office.
Right.
Pike is
I'll go get it if you like.
They're
Uh,
talking
got one
about
here
this
now?
flashlight.
It's in the car, yeah.
From Gulls, from Gulls LLC?
No.
But they have
it's
show and
comp-
tell.
We already bought it.
Just- It's a light.
You know, it's all right, I just was like, all right, Charles wants to see the flashlight, let's go. I just was like,
So you might have-
that sounds pretty crazy, so, yeah.
I will say they got some pretty nice flashlights, because when we were in, North Valley with the flood thing, huge truck, the lights on it are not that great. Chief Kennedy was in the back with his flashlight, which was more light than the headlights on the
Probably
truck.
had one of those.
Okay, that's cool. No, and that makes sense, but I just was like, could we have one done?
We can give department heads the right to spend up to $800 without.
It's like 5,000.
Yeah, 5,000.
You gotta go for more.
Yeah.
I mean, he can purchase it, but it's still appropriate to ask for.
Yeah, we can
back
still
up, like, hey, what's the explanation?
ask them.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's, looking at the website, looks legit.
Yeah,
Let's
it
see,
looks
check
like
out
a
the
mega powered flashlight.
I don't know which flashlight they bought, but there's expensive flashlights.
When it really dilates the eyes, you can.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
Scares the deer. Yeah, it scares the deer.
That would be nice.
On. Take it down.
All right, sorry, we weren't actually there yet, but because
We can
like
do
those
it.
guys were
Pay
leaving.
the bills. Oh, here comes the flash. How much is this big?
3 something, 350 maybe.
I think I saw it.
Do we turn the lights
Where?
off for full effect or what?
All right.
I'll do that.
I'm going.
It's just a light, but it goes for 1 kilometer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, search and rescue, maybe
Right.
hunting. I
Okay,
just got it because I like toys.
Yeah, there you go.
excellent.
You got a bigger toy budget than I do.
That countdown again.
You're beeping.
Watch it. It's not bothering me.
Right, how far is it kilometer?
0.86 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a long way.
So you can look in somebody's window
Yeah,
far away.
well, or if you're looking for a lost child or something, that makes a lot of sense then.
Like a dark, we're shining down toward the fair.
So you can see the beam, like I do it off my back porch just at night to look around the yard, and you can see the beam for quite a long
Is that what I
ways.
see? I thought that was you.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Stop.
Is that why your eyes started?
That's smart.
You shine that around?
All right.
Let's do payment of bills since we're here.
Pay the bills.
We got a motion to pay the bills,
wanna
maybe other than
exclude that,
that
or-
flashlight?
Move to pay the bills with that exception.
We'll
I'll
get more
second
info.
that.
You guys can do it next time. Any other questions? Rusty? Yes. Laura?
Yes.
Ron?
Yes.
Brandon?
Yes.
Carrie?
Yes.
Charles?
Yes.
Who seconded that?
Terry, I believe. You seconded that, didn't you?
Yep.
Come on, Ron, keep up.
I don't know.
Talk to chatter. You're Rusty to shut up and we'll get something done.
Yeah.
Let's see, the traffic light thing, did you put together that law yet?
No,
Okay,
no, they don't do that.
okay. Because we need that to schedule the public hearing, correct?
Right.
So Mike, real quick, I read the petition over, talked to people that signed the petition, read all the things that were on there about thought process, and I'm in the process of assembling data, because there seem to be some concerns. We have the police
I saw that.
speed sign down there, we're gonna assemble data because people think they're going 40 miles an hour through there, we're gonna assemble data for that and some other things.
I don't believe that to be an accurate reading, because when I see it, I slow the hell down.
Yeah.
Here nor there, we're going to assemble some data.
I mean, usually you put that in place to slow people down. That's why I see them in June's, but
I'll explain that to you later.
not slowing down.
No, about how that thing works. It doesn't work when you go by. It works before somebody even sees the thing. So it will tell, if somebody sees that it's going 40 and they see it and they slow down, it records the 40. But we're gonna get some data.
You know, the idea, you're still not gonna change it. I'm just throwing that out there.
Good. We
Nate's
would-
putting together a law, Rusty's assembling data.
Yep.
That's our plan.
That's our plan. So we got-
Okay.
Want that in minutes, Rod?
You got it.
Can you read that back?
Animal. Figure anything out on
Chicken.
names. I'll say seagrass.
Chickens, we are getting our chickens in a row.
I thought it was ducks.
We're going for chickens this
Yeah.
time. Let's, you know,
Ducks are a big problem.
anyway.
They'll be foul. Oh, that's just-
Yeah.
Okay, we're there. I have been talking to the people at Cornell Cooperative Extension. They have been sending me some information. Charles and Fran and I are going to be talking about that. Diane Cole would like to meet with us, so we will be meeting with her on Thursday here in the village office. Andrea, I know, has come to support it again tonight. And I put in another call to the health department for Dan Shear, just because I had a couple of questions on furthering some things. So we are going forward, but we have not come to any conclusion yet. And it is, there's a lot of opinions out there.
Yes.
I have had lots of opinions given to me, so.
We strictly looking into the fowl issue, or are we gonna branch into other animals eventually?
I think we're just sticking with chickens at
I've
this
had
point.
numerous complaints about goats, which I didn't know were a thing in the village.
Goats in the village?
Apparently they're very loud.
Are they old goats or are they just goats? Okay.
They're animals with 4 legs.
You got your old coot, you got your old goat, you got.
These are things I don't have in my neighborhood, so I don't know they exist.
I haven't
I haven't seen any.
heard of anyone. I haven't seen anything in the Honey Saver Drive-by shooting about goats. So that's what I call that little thing where no one signs. But yeah, I don't know.
Yes, man, they're not dead people.
Where are the goats? Seriously,
You wanna know which property they're on?
just what street?
Area.
I'll ride my bike around and you'll hear them.
I'll let you know.
All right, let me know.
I'll
Thank you.
talk to the people that said that they saw them and know them, and
I'd rather have the goats than my neighbors, so.
At this point, we're just sticking with chickens, so
Might be round.
thing going. Okay.
Terry,
And I will let you know when we,
I'm in on Friday. Rusty has an appointment with me at 10 a.m. according to my calendar to talk with him about the traffic law. So
okay, I will
if you want to meet Friday
schedule, all right, that sounds great.
or another.
Because then we'll have talked with Diane Cole also, so we can, okay, thank you. I will send you a message.
The call for artists, have we heard back from the Arts Council?
what do you got?
Show me to go out of James.
Yeah. you can
Okay.
explain that.
So, James talked with Christina this afternoon finally, because she's been kind of out of touch. And, they are amiable to the way, the contract is. They do want some slight changes in wording. So she didn't want to sign that one and send it back in at this point.
Okay.
However, James feels that there isn't anything in that document that needs to be done before the call to artists is closed. So he thinks if we could vote on sending out the call to artists, and then he and Christina is going to work on, you know, how that is and then how the wording is, and then send it to Nate just to make sure that it's okay. Because there were a couple of things that she said, no, this isn't how I would put it. So then it became a little sticky, and it was 3:30 this afternoon.
Okay.
So, and I figured it wasn't enough time to get anything else right now.
And the big thing is we need to send this call to artists out so that we can get dates and then.
Correct. Correct. So, and I think the final date for submission was October 31st. So that's still a fair enough time in the future that we could, you know, work on the little bit of wording that Christina had initiated.
So I revised, updated it with the dates. So we changed the name to Call for Art instead of the RFP. So it's a call for art for a permanent public art installation. And we updated the dates for when the submissions have to be in. So the first time that people were asking people to show us their like phase 1, just designs, that due date is October 31st.
Okay.
And then we would have 1 month to review it. And then we would tell the finalists November 28th.
Do those line up with our meetings?
Um,
Maybe we get like adjustments or something?
well, I think it gave us, the dates are lined up so that we have enough notice, proper notice. And so we just gave, a set amount. That way we've got it, once we list it, it'll go live.
Yeah,
But this allows us to list it whatever day it goes up.
no, I'm saying like notifying the finalists, or we should make that like the day after a meeting or something like that, so that we can not have it in the middle of two meetings or.
Well, if the last date is the 31st, we have a board meeting on November 4th. So that's probably good. And no one's doing anything on Halloween because we all have to hand out candy.
Right. And then when's the next day?
Well, and then there's one the 18th, and then after the 28th, there would be December 1st board meeting, and then December 15th. So, I mean, I think those dates actually work out pretty good for that time, that sort of timing,
Okay, that's fine.
So then phase 2 deadline for when we get the more detailed drawings with the budgets and materials, that would be January 30th, 2026. And then the final notice of the winning award, February 27th. And then the contract's fully executed March 20th. Then we release the initial funds. There'd be a 6-week material ordering and scheduling. And then we expected the construction would start May 1st, 2026. And then we want completion of the built art installation, substantial completion, by August 31st, 2026. The DRI projects have a hard stop. And so this allows us to complete all the paperwork and all that stuff in the final months before we've got to have that complete. So there's just a few things left to fill out on this, and that is sort of visuals that go along with it. So like the satellite view of the location and like, just showing like, here's the space, and the measurements of the site. So we just have to get that. That's like the last of the fine tuning that we really need. Oh, and will we have a submission portal link?
I don't know if we have like a portal, unless James is a place we can put it.
So
Put it on our website, we're gonna have like a portal to submit it to.
yeah, so I wanted to tell them how do they submit? Like I have like where you can ask questions, but yeah, how and what format are they submitting
Good question. We should ask James about that. How to accept them in. Like, do we tell them they can email them in, or do they have to bring a flash drive to the office?
You can do it however. I mean, Dropbox is fine, email is fine. You can accept any form of submission that you want. You can say however you want to send it to us, it's fine. As long as you get it by a particular date and time.
Okay, so it could just be by this email, or they could just bring it into the office or mail it to the office.
Yeah, this is the type of thing I'd suggest you just decide what's most convenient with James and then bring it back to the board if you're asking the board for approval. But this is the type of thing that a department head or person in charge of the project should just decide.
Well, that's us, and we're gonna have to disseminate everything to everybody so that they can look at it on the art review, so it'd be easier electronically.
Yeah, I don't got my electronic.
So let's
Do you have
just stick
do you have a
it,
suggestion?
let's just stick with the email that I have and will not take anything.
As long as they can, I
Otherwise.
don't know how big of a file you can send in emails.
Yeah, it depends on what
May run into issues.
type of art format they're sending.
Well, I think for the initial part, it shouldn't be as complicated. I mean, I think most emails would manage.
Okay. All right, well, I'll just make it the
Email's easy.
email, and that's that.
They could, like I said, they could always send a drive or something here, and we can
We would just send something back and say whether or not we can open it up or
Right.
not anyway, just like confirm receipt.
So I was gone for like 2 years. Is this still the same art that had the core sample issue?
Yes, so other than we're just doing a fence along the road,
Okay.
staying away from the back corner that has the issue.
Gotcha.
Just to dress it up,
So we're not actually doing anything in.
correct. With like a $200,000 budget or something like that.
Okay.
Ron, we're taking the North Avenue strip, that's about 160 feet or so long. That's 6 to 8 feet wide before it starts going downhill, and we're gonna put something along that strip. That's what we're doing.
It would make sense to tie in the steep routes.
Right, dress it up a little bit.
Yep, that's the deal.
They kind of asked us to dress it up a little bit.
So, yeah, it's $200,000 of public art.
Graffiti.
Yeah,
I mean, this is a really good graffiti artist.
there are. Somebody could submit that.
So Laura, the committee that's working on this, the group, will continue to work on this.
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna approve it tonight to.
Approve what?
Hold it, send it out.
We need to approve to send out to call artists. I mean,
Oh,
we
okay.
are gonna run out of time, and James is
Well, yeah,
really
we've already
concerned
spent a
about that.
zillion weeks
Yeah.
and months on this.
Time's up.
One of these ladies needs to
Yes,
come up with a,
time's up.
So should we approve the?
I would suggest if you feel a need, or, you want to move it forward, authorize issuance of the RFP with any final details to be worked out by James and Laura and myself. Just like, if there's something else that comes up that needs to get hammered out, just get it done.
Yeah. I would like to make a motion to move forward with the call to artists paperwork and any little refinements that needed through Nate, Laura, and James, and I'd certainly be happy to help.
Yes.
I'll second that.
So we can get it out. Any other questions? Because we don't get it out, we're not gonna get
Yeah.
anything in time.
I'm done.
Then the state will take the money back.
Would be mad.
We'll be mad. And they'll take the money back. Let's vote on that. Fran,
Yes.
Harry,
Yes.
Charles. Rusty.
Yes.
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 The rest of us, let me know and I'll get it on our website. I don't know where else we put it, but we'll get it up there.
On our website, stuff kind of drops off the page if we don't keep it up. How are we gonna keep that accessible to people for 2 months?
Good question. Maybe we'll talk about that later.
We got some, that's probably just an implementation issue for our, you, James,
I'll figure it
myself,
out.
and the clerk's office.
I'll figure it out. That brings us to our next topic. I had a proposal, probably 2 or 3 months ago from this company, CK Communications. They do communications and PR for a couple of villages, definitely the village of Owego, a couple of different municipalities. So they came and gave us a pitch. Gave it to all you guys, see what you think. It's not cheap. But they would do things like whatever we want to do, as far as press releases or all this backup stuff. It's definitely not cheap.
The lowest package is what, $17.50 a month?
Yeah, which is like
It's 21.
21K, 30K for part 2, tier 2, and 39 for tier 3.
And we also add a la carte things you could add to it.
Like, I mean, they'll do our website if we want. Price.
It's something that we really need.
We got an awful lot of people that want to do those kinds of, all kinds of little things for us.
Is that something that we might really need?
There's a lot of stuff that right now, we're lucky because me and Kim and Nikki do all this stuff. Just, you know, because we do it. We had, didn't have me and Kim and Nikki here. And we had people that didn't know how to do it.
It always comes down to money.
These are very qualified, competent people. They do a great job.
It might be something better presented
Might
in
be just
March, so you could work into the budget though too, if you wanted to do something like this. I mean, it seems like we've just done the budget, but it's really in there.
Yeah, that was my only thing was like, we can put this in the budget.
Right.
Well, since we got you guys already doing it, why don't we just like throw you all a pizza party or something?
We take 1 month, so. So I told them I'd bring it up and show it to you guys, so think about it. If you want me to have them come in and present it or anything like that, show what they can do.
Unless we could come up with a funding, I think we're gonna waste our time.
Right. Yeah, I didn't want to waste their time either if we're not interested. Next one is Robbie, maybe.
I'm losing interest in leasing the property. You can't sell them there. I don't care what.
So
We're not allowed to sell the greens.
Oh, these are the FEMA buyout properties.
We can't sell them. We can just lease them to the neighbor or whatever.
We can come up with some different lease and then they're supposed to take care of them. And mow them, and people do want to do that, but probably costs us money to
Well, but if we do a lease and then they have to do the maintenance, that may save us money and time with DPW.
We can't sell the property?
No, can't sell.
There's something called open space preservation that's in the
There's more.
the flood management stuff, and so the county GIS can help us with doing the paperwork for deeds on people's for the deeds for the properties that we have. So you just add whatever restrictions onto the deeds so that they, whoever's interacting with the property, like you can sell it, but you've just put on the deed that they can only do some, what activities they're allowed to do. But like there's certain, some of the buyouts, some of them, okay, well, some of them are, forever green and you can't sell, and some of them are buyouts that you can. But we do have like a list of like 16 to 15 properties that like we could, try to, move to neighbors' care.
Yeah, the upkeep on them is a big thing. And all of
Yeah,
that,
I do have a list of all the neighbors that would like to, they all want to buy them, or they'll need some, they're just some business. Just gotta make a motion that we put it together and decide if we want, how much would it be worth to lease a 30 by 70 or 80 foot lot?
So the Climate Smart Communities Task Force is like, it's part of the thing, is the open, with CRS program, is to try to work on the open space policies. And so Julie and Ashley Seyfried and Brian Goodrich, the GIS from the county, they can all help us work on those tasks.
So these have to stay open space, forever green anyway.
Can't build on
I'm
it.
not sure, yeah, you can't
put crap on
build basically anything on them. I'm not sure what that community or what that group can do that, like, there's no advice.
Why would flood be
They have to stay.
piece of that?
Well,
And
when you're
so-
officially designated through the village, then we get points for doing flood maintenance.
Okay, but I mean, from my perspective, like, they just have to stay, yeah, it won't affect any lease at all. If you folks wanna lease them, that's fine. Let Rod and myself know, and we can reach out to property owners. The question that Rod asked is, how much you wanna lease them for? Because this is village property. You're, by leasing it, declaring it surplus property that's unneeded for building purposes. And how much money, what's the fair market value of a 30 by 70 or whatever the size is lot to lease to somebody to basically have them exclusively use it for themselves?
That you can't do anything.
That they have to keep as an open field, effectively. Now, maybe they could put like flower gardens or vegetables, right? Like there's things, yeah, swing set.
Yeah,
Well, I don't know about the swing set even, but.
So they can't turn it into like a parking lot for events that happen in the area.
If it was a dirt parking
Maybe
lot,
they can.
they probably could.
You would be able to do a development of a
Yeah,
parking lot.
there wouldn't, yeah, like a pervious or impervious surface, no. But if it was a dirt, type of thing, yeah, but I mean, ultimately the question is whether or not you folks as the board are generally interested in leasing these lots to somebody. Because if you're not interested in it, then there's no point in going down the path to it. Because we have to prepare a lease, take photographs of the site, reach out to FEMA, get FEMA's approval of the agreement with the whomever it is that's gonna take it, show them those photos, come back to you. I don't remember if we need a public hearing or not on this, because it's declaring property surplus. I mean, one of the things you folks could do, I'm not saying you need to do it, but this is forever green property. You've got however many of them, all mall parks. And now you got a dozen parks in the village that you mow and that are available for anybody to use, which might upset those neighbors, but they can be little community parks, for example. I mean, those are the types of things that you could do with this and get away with it.
For the most part, people are already using these properties.
Right.
They just are gonna give us money now for privilege.
Rusty,
You know, we always kick things down the road. This requires some more research. We don't know the details on this. We're gonna try to make some kind of decision like we too many times immediately. Let's find out some more stuff about it.
I would say keep researching.
Was that?
I would say keep researching,
Yeah.
like we don't know, like what would one of these.
Yeah, we need to know some more
would
stuff.
neighbors even be interested?
We need to know.
Yeah, I mean, if it's $100, $500 a year,
Right, that's
whether
what I
they're interested or not. And I don't know what the value of an empty vacant lot like this would be for.
The land values I listed for 2025 on the county tax pages. I've been going over that stuff, so you have like the full market value of the property, and then you have the assessment value of the structure, and then the land itself. So it's like a price that's listed. It's pretty fair, across the board.
Yeah, but if we can't sell them, we only have to rent
So
them.
what would the potential tax revenue be for these if we could sell them? And is that what we charge these people annually?
Right, maybe.
So Ron, real quick,
We're charging the purchase every year.
generally a piece of property is $15,000. That's a kind of a piece of property with nothing on it. I'm just making that, that's the general feel and taxation, blah, blah, blah. But that's not, this isn't gonna work very good with all the tricks we gotta do with all this.
Well, if it's just a vacant land and
Yeah, and
let's say for like the pit, we lost $300 in tax revenue.
Yeah, we didn't
Took
have,
it.
we didn't have squat there.
Right, I mean, I can't imagine these other properties are gonna be more taxed than that.
Well, they certainly shouldn't be, first of all, we're gonna lease them, so they're not gonna be taxed because.
Right, I'm just trying to get income potential.
No, I'm here, yeah,
How do we do this?
Yeah, so we're on to that point, right? Call it $20 per thousand for your tax rate, 15 grand, $300 a year.
That way, we're essentially putting it back on the tax base without putting it back on the tax base.
Right. Do you know how many people approximately want to rent or lease?
Probably at least 10. I think there's like 17 or 18 properties in that neighborhood.
Like I said, the big draw is that then we don't take care of.
Yeah.
I think there's one on Armstrong Street that's about 10 by 30.
Saves us a lot of labor.
One on Armstrong Street. Up the side we used to live. They tore down the house. So it's between two neighbors, so they each could get 15 feet.
And there's some people behind that would like to have that property too.
So I mean, this
Just
is,
saying,
this
this
would be
is
the type of thing
the
that
research.
like, do you put out for competitive bidding?
Well,
Who would like to
do
lease
that.
these properties? I mean, you can do almost anything.
If you have a couple of neighbors that are interested, how do you choose?
Well, and if you do a competitive bid and say, hey, we are accepting proposals for people to lease these lots, here's all of them, here's the restrictions on them, give us your number. Because that's one good way of determining fair market value. What are people willing to pay you through a competitive tendering process?
Let's find out the rules and details from the research from the government before we get excited.
Next meeting, I'll give you a list of all the properties.
Perfect.
Good. We'll start with that. Good. And then we'll see where we're gonna.
Piece of the research, good job.
Maybe a little map and we'll see where it is.
Yeah, we better know where they are.
And if there's some buyout ones that are in acreage, we'll make it a little higher. The buyouts, you can build on the buyout. But we can't sell them. If FEMA paid us for it, we can't sell them.
Maybe we can check it out.
All right, so we'll get some more.
There's already a list from,
I know. Yeah, we have a whole list.
I asked.
Rusty's got something to do. There.
We'll try to move this easily.
We must. He's got the fire. There.
Okay.
Minutes. What we got left?
You got your one. Don't look through them, just tell us if you're ready.
They look marvelous. I think we should approve them. Yes, that's a motion.
Second.
Got any comments, Laura, did you see anything? Okay. We'll go Rusty.
Yes.
Laura.
yes.
Ron.
Yes.
Brian.
Yes.
Terry.
Yes.
And Trustee reports. Rusty.
I have a long one tonight, that's why I was hurrying us along here. I've got to talk about flashlights for 20, 30 minutes and about the winter.
Excellent.
Everything doesn't suit you this much.
I yield to the senator himself.
We've asked the audience to beam you up with this flashlight.
When you hear your watch beep, your time is up.
That's right.
No report.
Ron.
Actually, I talked to Village Code today about a property on Spencer with numerous cars parked for the past year or so. There's about 10 and a construction trailer. So they do have a letter there, and they told me they are in the process of, but it is starting to leach over to the vacant lot.
Which is owned by the land bank.
Right, and I thought they were gonna donate that to the village, because I believe that's what we could build on. When they tore it down, I thought there was the agreement, that one and the one on Fox. And the one on Fox, we can't do anything with.
I think when the land bank tore down, we can build on it.
Right, and that was tore down because of a dilapidated building.
Yes.
But I do have a neighbor of mine directly across the street who would be very interested in buying that if it is available. Just to fence a garden in there. And that way it'll at least limit our car lot expanding. I told him it would most likely be a very reasonable price, but I don't know what the.
They don't sell them for much.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was gonna show up on the auction, because I know there's one in September on the calendar.
Oh, but I can get you in contact.
Okay, I told him I would look into
It's just, it's there, I'm over it. You can knock it all out.
it. Other than that, that's all I got.
Charles.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I have nothing.
Laura.
I do have some things to report. I attended a training course for the Planning Information Exchange on sourcing and utilizing data for hazard mitigation planning. And I attended a webinar on FEMA preliminary damage assessment guidelines. So it covered individual assessments, which is an overview of homes and businesses, and then the public assessments, where we look at the bridges, the roads, public buildings, the utilities under the ground, and the cost to repair or restore them. And then once you collect that information, you share it with the state, and then they help you to try to see if you can get a major disaster declaration, so that we could get disaster assistance from the government potentially after a big storm. I attended the New York State National Guard Citizen Preparedness Corps training. I compiled a floodway structure inventory, and so that's it's a list of all the structures that we have that are in the floodway. So that's the most dangerous zone because of the water. The velocity of the water is so much, and then there's a lot of debris that can be carried down and hit the structures. So they're our most vulnerable structures. So having the documents, it supports better disaster response and recovery. It provides the local officials and emergency responders with pre-event information, so we know where to send them. And like if there is people living in a structure or not, how many floors it has, if it has a basement or not, where the first floor level is, and stuff like that. So that way we can prioritize safety checks, assess damages, and coordinate recovery efforts. And we also are required to monitor them. So it helps us because we now have a list to show, which properties that we have to, work with them better to make sure that we're protecting their lives and their properties, and reduce their liabilities when they're building. The village website still lists 178 as our office address.
Oh, okay.
So that would be good to change.
We want them to go, they're still bother us here.
If somebody wants to pay a bill or whatever, they gotta know where to come. Or, or how to get to our offices. Yeah. The wastewater treatment plant would like the second level 2 charger, because they would use it as an incentive for future EV purchase for the plant and for an incentive for the plant personnel for employee retention.
For employees, one,
Employee retention.
because we don't allow employees to charge their car that aren't chargers.
Well, in this case, they would be asking that as an employee retention incentive.
I thought we made that decision back with EMS with one of their.
Yeah,
that's true.
Directed them to Bruce Nelson's property.
We did.
That was a volunteer?
No. It was an
No,
employee.
it was an employee.
Paid personnel.
Okay, so are we? I'm gonna run into the argument of they pay for my gas. That'd be my argument.
If you can't treat any of the other employees differently.
Right.
I could see a union grievance, I would imagine.
So let's take your point that there's a potential of putting one of those things over there for some reason, maybe not for employees, maybe if we have an electric vehicle over there. But today we don't have it, so we don't have to do that today.
I completed the highway work permit application for the road signs. And so that's asking for signs to be installed just below the existing truck route signage at 8 locations where there's major truck traffic entering or traversing through the village. And have a photo of what the signs look like. So it just says state law at the top, noise limit 90 decibels.
I saw all the other signs, but I was in Pennsylvania.
I see them on Montour Falls Way going down that big hill.
Because I saw the ones you wanted to
to
put up
before, but.
about retarders or whatever.
Right.
But I was in Pennsylvania. I saw the sign.
Right,
Yeah. So our DOT office had definitely had a problem with not using your emergency brakes, you know. So this is the way that you can, limit like that they're not going to put on the noise, because we would have the signs. It doesn't actually say anything about the fine, but we do have a fine that somebody could get.
Like, as a resident, I don't know what 90 decibels is.
Very hard to enforce, probably.
Like,
to be honest.
I mean, I know loud mufflers, things like that, but
Yeah.
I've always wondered how that is.
Motorcycles?
I like the police have a decibel meter.
Yeah, they have a decibel meter, and
But-
you can also use a app on your phone.
How do you like?
Maybe
It's
it's
already
in the
happened by the
splash.
time.
Yep, exactly.
Right?
A quick question, so if we get a sign we like, and if the state approves it, can we put it on those signs? If they said that, yeah, that we can put it on those posts and signs?
Waiting to hear
Is that-
back about
okay.
like, yeah,
All right, that's what we
if
need to know.
if they like the locations and what.
Oh, just-
So
have you
submitted?
submitted-
6 months, it's the state we're dealing with
Yeah.
here.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
It's the state we're dealing with, it'll be 6
Yeah,
months before
of
they
course.
get back to us.
Have you submitted a list of locations to them?
Yeah.
So you're waiting for a response back on your request?
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are already signs in these 8 locations. There's one sign on them that tells where the truck route is through the village, and we want to put them on that signpost.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a quick seeker thing, like if we can, let me just grab my note. I'll just make a motion that we declare this a type 2, type 2 action for the seeker. And it actually doesn't actually require it because it's a ministerial signage
Yeah.
thing, so it's not gonna,
Definitely type 2 action.
yeah, so it's no impact on the environment,
What do you need this for?
for the permit.
They want the village board to have determined the environmental impact of placing these signs up.
The state
Yeah,
told
so
you that.
well, it's like just a ministerial procedure, right? So
Was
like,
there a determination by the local board regarding environmental impacts?
well, like, can we just declare ourselves the lead agency and I'd say it's a type 2 seeker, there's no environmental impacts of adding a sign onto a current existing
DOT may
signpost.
disagree about who's the lead agency on that. But I mean, I agree this is a type 2 action. So I don't have any issue with the board doing a motion to declare placement of these road signs type 2 action.
In one spot, I saw it was a type 2 action, in another spot, I saw no seeker review was needed.
That's what type 2 action is. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to do it because it's a type 2 action. The state has determined there is no environmental impact from something that qualifies as a type 2 action.
So has the state told you that we need to do this?
No, that's just in the paperwork, that like you have to say what type of action it is. I know it's a type 2 action, but like, can we,
So I just put type 2 and see if they ask.
we'll also ask for the date that it was, the lead agency and the date it was approved.
Okay.
So like, we could do it tonight, we could just declare,
Could be fine.
okay. So I'll make a motion that we are the lead agency for doing the seeker review. Anybody second that?
You don't need to declare lead agency for a type 2 action.
Okay. Then a motion that we declare this a type 2 action, seeker action,
And this being placement of the noise signs for the J.
noise traffic signs on the New York State Highway. It's a type 2 action under 6 NYCRR 617.5.
For the second.
I'll second that.
Discussion.
No.
Frank,
Yes.
Terry,
Yes.
Charles,
What is it?
decision.
Yes.
Trustee,
Yes.
Laura,
Yes.
Being honest.
Ron,
Yes.
Daniel.
And that's it for me.
I remember that did have one thing, but I got my
Just
spot
start
back.
calling you- That's why you wore a rusty shirt.
Yes, you see, circle around. As we all know, the fair is starting. And last year they had a problem with the skateboard park being there in smack dab in the center of their fireboard property, and people wanting to skate and they couldn't because it's on their property.
You gotta pay to get in there.
Yeah, so this year I went 3 weeks out. This past 3 weeks I've been stopping by the skate park and talking to the skaters so that this wouldn't creep up on them as a surprise. I also had Fred print up some laminated bright signs that he put on the poles out there so that they can see those also. I also ran into, I jumped on Weibo's station and hijacked Eric Johnson's interview and informed them on air about this, the skate park being closed from the third, well, the second, third to the 9th. So,
Which they put that out.
yeah, so there is no
Yeah.
excuse that somebody did not know that the skate park is closed.
Enforcing this?
Huh?
Who's enforcing this?
There's no way to.
That's.
It's an open area, but,
Last year OPD ended up there a couple of times.
yeah. And we don't want people arrested. We don't want tickets handed out, but, so that's why.
The Main Street gate should be closed.
Which,
That doesn't mean somebody couldn't jump over it, but they
Yeah,
should be
you just
closed.
step over that fence over there. And there's an entrance in the back where the path was.
Not everybody.
Well, you can,
Well, I know I can. I could probably roll under it. Through it, Kool-Aid guy. But,
Buddy system. Each other.
there you go. But we just didn't want a reoccurrence of what happened last year. I just wanted to make sure that our skateboard community knew in advance, way in advance. I'm not saying that that's gonna work,
Yeah.
but at least it's out there.
yeah, we did what we could.
the Agricultural Society has that Marvin Park for the fair for 10 days. They have it for a few days before and a few days after, set up and take down. I'm just saying, they own it for 10 days. So hopefully we don't have any
So I've been working with
trouble with them.
Eric Johnson and Jim Morris and fire board down there to make sure that the word got out. Yeah. That's all I got to say about that.
Terry?
OHPC is Thursday, and I'm gonna continue working on chicken law. That's all I got.
Julie Nucci got that, grant application in for the, Tioga County, Soil and Water for, Evergreen Cemetery. That was, sent in on the 31st when it was due, so we'll wait and see. I've been, talking with, Fred and, Dirk about, filling in that old parking area up at the cemetery up near Sasana. We want to get those, that area flattened out. So hopefully that'll get done this fall. The wiring for the chapel is well underway. It should be done within a month. The museum this year is going to once again have their Walk Amongst the Dead program up at the cemetery. And so they will be using the chapel there to for sale of tickets and to direct people up. So that is October the 11th. It's a Saturday, October 11th. I don't know if we need to just put that on the calendar, if you need approval for the museum to do that.
Are they gonna dress like zombies and?
No, they're gonna dress like characters, persons of interest there at the cemetery.
Is it daytime or nighttime?
Daytime, oh yeah, not at night.
I couldn't imagine being on that hill at night.
No.
They've been doing it for several years.
Yeah, well, it hasn't been done since 2019, since before COVID, so. Yeah. So, I don't know, do we need to vote on that or just put it on our calendar? Okay,
They're going up there in the middle of the day and
Yes.
just walk around.
well, they'll have guided tours, essentially. There'll be-
All that's not our business.
No, it's just, they'll be monopolizing the cemetery that day. They hope to have 3 different tours with time in between so that, people can leave and, if we don't have a big traffic jam.
But as long as they're not closing, the cemetery off to somebody that wants to go up there.
Oh, no, anybody can go up there.
That's-
Yeah.
Whatever they want.
Yeah. Okay, I I have a little handout here. I've been talking for some time about us looking at opening up sale of plots in the cemetery. Explain to you.
You want the department heads to hand those out ahead of time.
Oops.
Rusty wants that. I
Okay.
appreciate the interaction.
Okay, this is just an overview today. At our next meeting, we'll have a full presentation with lists on the whole idea is having lots available for sale up there is, we'll have the money to spend on more paving needs to be done, et cetera. Okay, the sheet here on the top, this was from back in December of 1987. Essentially what it's saying is, if you look at the map here, the section 15 and 9 is what this is in reference to as far as opening up plots there. Now, I've talked with Fred. What this is, there's, before Pool Avenue, there is a service road. And that's what that section 15 and 19 are. We figured just in doing one line of plots, not the whole area, keep some of it still available as a service road, but we could have 70 full-size plots in there. And then up here by Sasana, where we changed the parking, Fred was telling us that the land is too rocky up there for digging full-size plots. So we're talking about doing cremain plots, where you only have to dig down about a foot or a foot and a half to put the cremains in. And Sean Fahey had come to talk with the cemetery committee, and he was telling us that nowadays 60% of burials are for cremains. So we could have quite a few plots up there. We've collected information, which I'll present next meeting, on prices that are being, plots are being sold for. And around Tioga County, actually, there's not a lot available, but most of the full-size plots sell around $800. And I also checked with Vestal Hills Cemetery. Their plots start at $1,200 up to almost $2,000 per plot. So, and once again, the amount for interment actually is almost as much as the sale of plots are. The main thing that we need to look at is we need to get the area surveyed, because you're actually selling little plots of land, a deed. So that's going to be the first upfront expense. And we're figuring on using the interest on the perpetual care fund to help do that. Hopefully, we could get the survey done next spring. I mean, our goal is to have plots available to sell by the end of next summer, about a year from now. Okay, so if you'll take a look at that, and like I said, I'll have about another 10 sheets of paper to show you next time on all the information. And we are also checking with what requirements there are with New York State
Okay, good.
So we'll get all that information, so. I just wanted to, bring that up so that, next week, or next, meeting, we can talk about it and don't have to wait another month to take action on it. Okay, so I'm not asking for any action today, it's just,
So that's coming.
yeah, it's coming. Okay,
I
thank
did
you.
not know there was a pond up there.
No way up there.
What's that?
I did not know there was a pond up
Yes,
That's what we've been talking about here.
Yeah, that's-
A little bit in the last few times about, that I was talking about with, when you bring DEC and stuff in there and we start playing around, it's already a sore spot with them in this pond, and I asked where that, last time I asked where that pond comes down to the gorge and where it leaves the cemetery, this shows it
Mhm.
leading down to Mountain Ave, if that's where it goes, and then there's a gorge over on the other side of the cemetery with southern.
Right.
Yeah, it
So
goes over on
that's,
the North
yeah,
Avenue.
that's part of the drainage of that cemetery, which is
Yeah.
not a good thing.
Well, that's why
But we're not going there tonight.
that's why we need that grant to, have a design.
Yeah, hopefully.
I mean, that pond, needs to be dredged out, et cetera. I mean, it really is not functioning as it should. You know, it's been there a long time and it's filled in, et cetera, so it's.
You had some quotes to play with that cemetery, it's millions of dollars to play with that pond and the drainage.
Water's gotta go somewhere.
Everything's expensive.
But anyway, that's
I mean,
another
the
day.
whole idea of that pond was for retention of water. So, I mean, that's what we're
Yep.
looking at with, the county soil and water. You know, and once we get, suggestions from, the engineering firm that comes up with, what they say we should be doing to retain water up there, then we'll be looking at grants over the next few years and doing different parts of that.
Millions of sponges. That's all we need.
Actually, I was gonna say we should drain the pond right now, everything's so dry.
Yeah, true.
You know?
Yeah.
That'd be the time to do it.
I don't know if there's anything in it.
Well, that's all I have for tonight.
Okay.
Thank you.
I need Charles to come back for mine.
For your sake?
He's gonna be happy. I got one thing. It involves him.
Pick the heck of a time to leave the.
So Rod, if you
I can
would
smell it.
include that, include those 2 pages. in
What else we
the-
got besides that, your report for
gave you?
Charles? Nothing?
I gave him a copy.
He's already got it.
Thank you.
My report for Charles is I'm not gonna be here next meeting.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll be at the beach.
excellent.
Drop that on in the next meeting.
Not in
All
your
right,
report,
yeah.
not in your-
Mike, you wanna do public comment now?
Yeah, okay. Do we have any comment?
Not so much a comment, but maybe a question. Andrea Jones. I was under the impression that coming here and speaking was my best course of action to take. But I'm wondering if I should be asking to meet with you 3 outside of these meetings as
You
well. Just to sort of, I don't know if, I know that it's not a matter of whoever applies the most pressure is going to get their wishes granted, but I want to, what else could I, or should I be doing? You know, is it a matter of getting information together, or, and I'm also curious about what the Cornell Cooperative Extension and the Health Department have relayed to you. Maybe that's for another time.
You know, we could definitely meet and talk about that.
Okay.
That would definitely be a good idea. So if you'd like, do I have your email? 'Cause
I don't think so. I didn't
Okay.
think to give it to you. Can I text
Yep.
you that?
That would be
Give it to-
great.
I can text it
Yes.
to you. Okay.
And then we can set up a time.
Okay, that sounds good.
That'd
Thank
be
you.
great.
Thank you.
So we'll go back to me. So my only thing, since you left, is I'm not gonna be here next meeting.
Oh, okay.
I'll be at the
All because
beach.
you left.
Where are you going cheerleading?
Ocean City.
Ocean City.
So maybe I'll be on the TV if I
It's not like it's a Florida
think
trip.
about it. No, it's not Florida.
Where do you go to the ocean?
Ocean City, Maryland.
Nice. Very nice.
But I won't be able to vote or anything. Like I might be on there to watch.
Like you did last time, with it up in the window. with the-
No, I'll actually be there.
Don't do that.
You're gonna-
If it was in my roller, then I wasn't over there.
This is the sand.
Right, yeah.
Mhm.
I'll be trying not to get stung by jellyfish, because apparently there's lots.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, don't go in the ocean, stay on the beach.
There's too much stuff that lives in the
Mike, you got anything else?
ocean. I got no.
Move to adjourn.
Sorry you cut off our
Thanks.
conversation, sir.
I'll see everybody next time.
Thank you, Chris.
Conversation.
You